Welcome back, football family. This is your trusted home for bold and professional match predictions, built on logic, precision, and tactical insight. Today's video takes us across continents, from Europe's top divisions to Africa's competitive battlegrounds, where ambition meets discipline, and results are earned through strategy. We'll dive into 5 carefully analysed matches. PSG vs Strasbourg from League One. Middlesbrough vs Ipswich from the English Championship. Police FC vs Al-Hilal Omdurman from the African stage. Fayha vs Al-Ittihad from the Saudi Pro League. Real Oviedo vs Espanyol from Spain's Segunda Division. These are not random picks, each fixture tells a story of form, momentum, and tactical structure. Our mission today is clear: to read football beyond the surface, understand patterns, and predict outcomes that make sense both logically and statistically. So, get comfortable, grab your notepad, and let's break down every game, from dominance to defense, and from tempo to turning points. PSG vs Strasbourg. Correct score, 2-0. Prediction: PSG win. The Parisian Giants enter this match with confidence and purpose. PSG's dominance at home is built on balance, a team that doesn't just attack recklessly but controls every inch of the pitch with structured passing and possession discipline. Strasbourg arrive as underdogs, knowing they'll spend most of the night chasing the ball. Their main task will be staying compact, delaying PSG's breakthrough, and trying to find hope in rare counterattacks. But against PSG's rhythm, that's easier said than done. Expect PSG to set the tone early: patient build-up, high pressing, and territorial control. The first goal should arrive before halftime, breaking Strasbourg's defensive shape. In the second half, PSG's game management usually takes over, keeping the ball, recycling play, and pushing for a second to secure the clean sheet. Final thought: PSG win 2-0, calm, methodical, and efficient. Another professional performance that underlines their control at the top of French football. Middlesbrough vs Ipswich. Correct score, 1-1. Prediction: both teams to score, yes. The championship never disappoints, full of energy, unpredictability, and fight. Middlesbrough host Ipswich in a game where both teams will push hard, each believing they can take points. Middlesbrough at home tend to play with intensity, fast transitions, direct attacks, and pressing high to unsettle opponents. Ipswich, on the other hand, are tactically sharp, known for staying calm under pressure and exploiting open spaces when opponents push too far forward. This combination makes for a competitive, open game. Both sides should find chances through persistence rather than pure dominance. The first half could remain cautious, but as time passes, the rhythm will open up. Middlesbrough's home crowd will drive them forward, while Ipswich's counter-attacking threat will balance the game perfectly. Each side capable of striking, but neither likely to completely control it. Final thought: both teams to score, 1-1 final scoreline. A battle of equals, built on passion, movement, and endurance. Police FC vs Al-Hilal Omdurman. Correct score, 1-2. Prediction: over 1.5 goals. Now to Africa, where football is raw, emotional, and fiercely contested. Police FC step in with determination, proud of their defensive identity, but facing Al-Hilal Omdurman, one of the continent's most structured sides, the challenge is immense. Al-Hilal approach matches with maturity. They understand how to read the tempo, how to slow the game down when needed, and how to explode forward at the right moments. Against a side like Police FC, they'll aim to absorb early energy and then punish mistakes through efficient finishing. Police FC will have their moments, likely from set pieces or quick bursts on the counter. But Al-Hilal's composure should separate them in the key stages of the match. Expect a tight first half, followed by more open play as fatigue sets in and space appears between lines. Final thought: over 1.5 goals, Al-Hilal to win 2-1, a strong away performance marked by tactical control and mental strength. Fayha vs Al-Ittihad. Correct score, 0-2. Prediction: Al-Ittihad win. This Saudi Pro League encounter showcases one of the region's strongest sides, Al-Ittihad, facing a determined but limited Al-Fayha squad. Al-Fayha's approach is simple: defend deep, frustrate, and look for chances on the counter. But Al-Ittihad's organization and consistency often dismantle teams that rely solely on defense. Expect Al-Ittihad to start with control, pressing from midfield and using possession wisely. They're a side that doesn't rush; instead, they build pressure progressively, waiting for cracks to appear. The first goal could arrive through sustained play, forcing mistakes, taking advantage of set pieces, or exploiting defensive miscommunication. Once ahead, Al-Ittihad rarely lose focus. Their compact structure and leadership on the pitch often shut down opponents completely, ensuring both clean sheets and composure in closing minutes. Final thought: Al-Ittihad win 2-0, strategic, patient, and clinical. A result that underlines why they're among Saudi Arabia's elite. Real Oviedo vs Espanyol. Half-time correct score, 0-0. Prediction: both teams to score, yes. The Segunda Division never lacks drama. Real Oviedo and Espanyol face off in what feels like a chess match, two teams who value shape, patience, and fine margins. The first half should be tight, both sides organized, cautious, and unwilling to take unnecessary risks. Expect careful possession play, strong defensive lines, and few clear chances before half-time. That's why the 0-0 half-time prediction fits perfectly here. But after the break, everything changes. As fatigue sets in and urgency grows, both sides will look for breakthroughs. Espanyol's attacking structure often comes alive in the second half, while Oviedo's home spirit pushes them to respond. The tactical adjustment period between 50th and 70th minute could open the game completely. Expect both teams to score before the final whistle as each side searches for a decisive moment. Fayha final thought: first half 0-0, full-time both teams to score. A disciplined, intelligent contest that builds from patience into pure intensity. Let's run through today's predictions with clarity. PSG vs Strasbourg 2-0, PSG win. Middlesbrough vs Ipswich 1-1, both teams to score, yes. Police FC vs Al-Hilal Omdurman 1-2 over 1.5 goals. Al-Fayha vs Al-Ittihad 0-2, Al-Ittihad win. Real Oviedo vs Espanyol HT 0-0, both teams to score, yes. Each fixture holds its own rhythm. PSG's control defines dominance. Middlesbrough and Ipswich bring English intensity. Al-Hilal display African experience under pressure. Al-Ittihad deliver structured Saudi precision. And Oviedo vs Espanyol showcase Spanish tactical intelligence. Across all five, we see how momentum dictates outcomes. Teams that manage tempo, possession, and patience often claim results that align perfectly with logic. Notice how the over 1.5 and BTTS patterns repeat where attacking systems are active on both sides. These are not coincidences, they're behavioral trends, built from how teams adapt under game flow. Football analysis is never about guessing, it's about observation, rhythm, and reaction. Every scoreline we predict comes from understanding how teams behave when the pressure rises. And that brings us to the end of another detailed prediction session, one built on discipline, structure, and football intelligence. From Paris to Riyadh, from Kampala to Middlesbrough, we've seen how teams across continents share one language: tactics. Football doesn't reward emotion, it rewards strategy, patience, and composure. These predictions are crafted for serious minds, those who analyze before they act, those who watch football not as fans alone, but as thinkers. So if you appreciate analytical, confident prediction content, make sure to subscribe to stay updated, like to support quality football breakdowns, and turn on notifications, because our next video brings even more insights across Europe and Africa's top leagues. Remember this: every match is a story, and every goal follows structure. Trust the process, study the rhythm, and success in prediction will follow naturally. Until next time, stay sharp, stay passionate, and enjoy the beautiful game wherever you are.